going on? All right, let's go. Let's go. Get right into it. Hey, Julia. It'd be cool if it's just me and you on this. It does take like a minute or so for people to come in. I've started to realize. There's also like a 20-second delay, which I never really understood until I started doing these lives. Um, but yeah, so just wanted to take a quick look at gold here. We're having a pretty decent job keeping this support level right here. You guys can see that pretty easily right here. Um, and if you go down to a 1 hour chart, you can see where we are really trying to get above this 50 moving average, which has been suppressing price this whole time right here. So we're at this juncture with gold that if we get above this 50 moving average finally, I think we could start our trek back up to 5,000 again. So definitely think gold could be pretty interesting to watch here. The other one is silver, obviously. And when you look at silver, you're going to see that this looks like a pretty good reversal right here. See this reversal? Let me get rid of this. Oops. This reversal looks pretty good. This is exactly a 3 candle reversal um, in this support level right here. So I would say that this would be a pretty good time to get back into silver. So I'm going to run over some of the option call possibilities today with my beginners group at 1 o'clock. I do beginners groups with them 2 to 3 times a week. Just for the absolute beginners in my group. So um, it doesn't take long to learn. I would say 30 days of consistency. You should be anybody can get this. I've taught fourth graders before, and they were able to get this. So it's just one of those things that it looks harder than it is because the words or something, or it just looks difficult, but it's really not that difficult. Um, yeah. So, oh, what's up, Irina? So yeah, you guys both like silver. I do think it's gonna go back up. I'm gonna go over it, I think, a little bit more in the beginners group at 1 o'clock. But now we're above this 50 moving average. We're gold. We were below this 50 moving average. We're now breaking out of it. So, and just to take, I'm gonna take off this indicator so you guys can see a bit better. But overall, we're at least trending in the right direction. So you know, I could definitely see silver making a pretty good trek back up. This is the weekly silver, and we are coming off of this buying pressure that's right here, so that's pretty good. Um, what's going on, guys? Okay, cool. If you guys have anything else that you want me to look at, I could definitely take a look for you. Um, let's take a look at currently S&P 500. We'll look at it on the futures. You could see, from the weekly chart, these huge wicks pushing price down, big wicks here, last 5 weeks, just pushing price down. Now, like I said last week with you guys, that this level right here is localized support. What is localized support? It's just exactly what it sounds like. This is support on a local level, right? So we got here in October. Let me make it so you guys can see it. You can also go on YouTube if you want to see the whole chart. Um, if you're on Instagram, that is. So October, November, this is present day, and this is the candle today. And again, we just keep making these loops. See the loop? Loop, loop down, loop down, loop down, loop down. And now we're probably going to loop down again. So I wouldn't be opposed to taking a SPY call, a SPY put here in this situation. So we could get SPY, SPY, and we could try to get a put situation going, for another loop. But I would wait for tomorrow. Maybe this comes up a little bit more, and then we come back down again. This 200 moving average on the S&P 500 is big, so we'll see. Barrick Gold USAR. All right, coming up. Barrick mining. I mean, this is going to move with gold, right? So I think this is a really good way to play gold options at a very, you know, uh, less expensive way. So, you know, buying a Barrick call right here, the risk reward would be really good. So, for example, you could do a Barrick mining call. You could get it for like September. All right. You could do a, let's see, 40, let's do a 42 call here. It's $367 for one of them, but you get it till September. And if Barrick goes back up to 43, you would make almost 300 in profit. I have to look over these, but I'm just trying to figure out how much I would make on Barrick going back up to where it dropped from. So that's not bad. If you think gold's going to go higher, then Barrick will go higher. Yeah, the calls are a lot more inexpensive. Sorry, I'm missing some here. USAR. And then yeah, ET, people love ET. Also, I think it's a really good dividend stock too. So, um USAR is a little difficult to play here, but this is my thoughts on it. Here's one big triangle breakout here that went into another triangle which tried to break out here but failed. At some point, price is going to gather here, and we're going to make another triangle. Maybe it's going to be here. That's going to then break out a third time. Okay. We are going to get another cycle to run back up again, but I would only enter this with a really tight stop loss because it's just really difficult to, do to go all in on a volatile mining stock. But yeah, ET was a good one. Anything in the energy field right now should be. Yeah, there's your breakout of energy. I remember we did this with my group on Zoom last night. That was a good one, Irina. That was a good team effort. Um, Irina is one of my instructors. She's also our beginners instructor too. So when you sign up with the group, you get one-on-ones with her, with for no additional cost. But yeah, you could see this was pretty obvious. I don't know why I didn't do this yesterday, but this is a nice breakout. We have one, two. Here's the third time, power of three, back up through this. Price stayed above the 20 moving average, and we have a tail candle push off the 20 moving average here. There's your breakout candle right here. And then today was the full breakout off of news. I don't know what the news was, but they got a better buy rating. So they got a target upgrade. And now they are up 2% today. So I'm sure the options did really well on this, but that was a really good breakout. Yeah, we called that last night. Um, what is QVLD? I don't know what QYLD. This is just the NASDAQ 100. It's going to be the same as the regular market, right? But this is something you buy and just hold for the rest of your life. This isn't something like you trade. You know what I mean? But if you were looking to buy it, somewhere around 16 or 17 would be your. You know what? I'll be honest. I don't like these cover call ETFs. I don't care what yield you're getting from this 12%. I'm not. I don't like it. I've seen people get screwed with these every single time. Um, there's so many other ways you can get a 12% yield than trying to do a covered call because they're so new and a lot of their strategies aren't proven yet. And so I'm going to stay away from this. I didn't even realize it was a covered call ETF. Um, XLF and mini financials bounce off the Trader Daddy Pro Fib support line. Yes, that is true. XLF is probably going to keep going down, to be honest. So here's XLF. We had a big day today, up about 0.5%, but still, it's been going down. But whenever it hits this green line, you can see right here what happens. I mean, you guys, could look for yourselves. I don't even need to tell you what happens. Bounce down here, bounce down here, and now we're coming up again. And we can look for another bounce down to this level if we don't break this and the 20 moving average. If we don't break that, then we could look for a further bounce down. I mean, you can really just look at the patterns and, it's not too difficult. Um, the June calls are good. Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, I took the Fibonacci out and put pivots in because I just found them to be a little easier. But yeah, the Trader Daddy indicators are really good because it shows the incoming what's it called order flow on each side, the buys and the sell pressure from each side. CELH. Celsius. I thought this was a consumer staple, but maybe I'm wrong. Here's Celsius on a daily chart. Okay, we are passing through this level of support, moving down. The next level is going to be right here. Okay, if we don't turn around here, it'll be in free fall all the way down to this level right here. So we'll go all the way down to here, but that's going to be, yeah. Um, maybe puts on this would be good because there's two big. This is a nice thing to play down. This is down 7%. I think it might reach here pretty easily, 36 to 34. It could do a short-term put, make some money off this. Undercut? I don't know what undercut is. ET pays 7% dividends. How come I missed it this morning? It's funny. Every time, we'll both look at things and plan it out for such a long time, and on the day of the breakout, we just miss it. I think it's just getting better. Like, I'm always trying to get better at certain things, and setting alerts, I think, is something I just need to get a little bit better at. I used to be better at it, but I do have to set better alerts for myself. Um, VG, and then what was the other one? Zeta. I like Zeta. Venture Global. Oh, I remember doing this. This looked good. I remember this from the other day. I remember, were the same person? VG? Bryant? Was that you? You also said VG a few days ago, right? I remember you. I remember this. This looks good, but we're too far away from a 20 moving average, but this is considered a breakout. We could go higher. I love these $10 to $20 stocks. They always move rather quickly. Here's the break of structure above this 200 moving average. You can see we went above the 200 moving average. We came back down and then back up again. This is a very classic 200 moving average break. So in moving averages, right, pay attention. You're going to go up, back down to touch, retap the 200, and then back up again. So if you still have it, I would keep it, but realize, and we do have new buying pressure in today. You could see right here. Let's see how much. well, I can't read it, but overall, it does look rather good. I also just want to check Trader Daddy Pro real quick for any breakout plays that we have. Oh, we got a lot of new ones. These are all the breakout plays. Wolf broke out. AT&T, that's a great dividend stock right there. Um, and these are the ones that broke down. I'm not gonna bet military stocks down. Not right now. ASTS broke down. Katos broke down. Oh, that kind of sucks. Um, AA, aluminum broke down. Powell, Powl. I don't know what that is. Powell Industries broke up. Oh, this is interesting. It's $500 a share. It's not going to move that fast. But there's your break. This is a really nice looking break in a positive market. This last year we played structure breaks like this all day long, and we won like almost all of them because the market was moving up. So we would just play these breaks over and over and over again, you know? But yeah, let me do Zeta real quick. Also, I do a Zoom every single night with my premium group. The premium group, if you're following me on Instagram or YouTube, it's only $80 a month, 80 for the entire month. I also have beginner groups, I have office hours, I have morning updates that I do on Zoom. So you get my cell phone number to contact me whenever you want. Um, so it's a really good deal for the value that you get for everything. A lot of people stay for a really long time in that group because, the 100 people that are in that group take it really, seriously to a degree where, we all work together. We're all on the same team. So we find, these plays all throughout the day. And then I send you the notes and the recordings from every Zoom right afterwards. So look through the uh, you can always look through the notes that I and recordings that I send from all of my Zooms because it's impossible to go to all of them. I also have in-person live events in New York and Florida if you ever want to come, and those are always free. So I don't know anybody else that does that. I don't know why. I don't understand why no one else does in-person groups for free. Zeta is having issues. I would like to buy it at 14 or 15, but um Gemini gave me VMCP and GDS. All right, I'm not gonna. It's you have to pick one of those. If you're new and you had $500, what stocks would you put your money into long term? You know what I saw recently that I like is Visa. Look at this chart on Visa. Visa will always go up over time, but it's at the lows of the April lows of last year. So you'll at least you can keep this. You know you're not going to lose any money off of this. And this will continue to move up for the rest of your life. And you're getting it at probably the best point. So I think that's a really good long term play, which is with very low risk. So that's what I would do. But I would do like 400 with $500. I don't know. I would probably I would probably use 250 for stock and then 250 for an options play on an options play that I was super confident about. And so I could double that other 250 and then keep doing that. So I would just wait for something that's really high probability. Um, BE. But yeah, do you guys like the Visa play? Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. I haven't found another group that has the same value. Like a lot of them are like $200 a month or $150 a month. And for $80 a month for me, you get like 10 times the amount of things. And it's a more personalized basis. Like imagine you can learn this in like a month or two, and then nobody can ever take that away from you. It's like learning to swim or learning to ride a bike. Nobody can ever take that skill away from you. You know, it's like worth knowing. And so people look for the shortcuts like, oh, I just want to, just have some tool, or something or some signal tell me what to do. And I'm like, yeah, you can have the best paintbrush in the world, but if you don't know how to paint, then that's going to be an issue. I like Bloom Energy here. BE's at a good level, to be honest. Um, yeah. What happened with Katos? Yeah, and Julia was one of the ones that came in as an absolute beginner, and now she's one of our advanced traders to some degree. I look to her to see if something will work or not. So it's cool when I see my beginner traders turn into advanced traders rather quickly. Yeah, if Katos can't rebound at this 200 moving average, if it goes to 72 or below, I'm gonna cut this because I started buying it around 82. So not perfect, but that's why I bought it in stock and not options, So if we get below 72, I'm going to take this out. So I'm sure over time this will keep going up, but I value the cash right now over everything else. Do you still believe in SoFi? Yeah, I believe in SoFi. I just believe in it more and more as it goes lower, though, if that makes sense. So I would believe in it a lot more at 14 than I do at 16 because 14, we have at least this backbone, right? We have here, 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 right here. And we have all of these buying pressures up to that point. The problem is SoFi at 16 could drop to 14, but it's not going to probably drop under 14. So all the people telling you they want to buy it between 16 and 18, they're not wrong because that's the mean reversion average or the average of where the stock usually is. That's fine. I think it's still going to drop more to 14, and that's when I'm going to buy more. Uh, corn? Is it possible? Hold on a second. I mean, yeah, so anything, I definitely think it's possible to bounce up, but I'd like SoFi to get to 14 first and then bounce up. I mean, it could bounce up from here. I like corn a lot. It makes a lot of sense as long as oil is high. As long as oil's high, I like corn right here. I don't think you guys understand how much options volume is coming into corn right now. Like if you look at corn in the options, you're gonna see that it's quite interesting. Even for August, we have 900 volume coming in, 14,000 open interest, 300, 200. Yeah, all of these. Even the 25s have 800. The May ones have a lot too. Yeah. So we have a lot of volume coming into corn. And I think this is it's going to break this structure right here, and we're going to push straight up. I, all the outside factors are leveraging it. Well, okay, hold on a second. Sorry. Is it okay to be 60% in stocks and 40% in cash right now? Is it a good time to sell positions to break even? I think the more cash you're in right now, the better, because pretty soon you're going to have really, really good deals. Or if you're in 50% stocks, 50% cash, I think that's fine. I don't know your entire situation, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to find as much cash as possible right now. Because every year you get these opportunities, and you, whoever has the most cash at that time usually wins. Not wins, but, it's just a little bit better. What does options mean in the market world? They're just, uh, options are, you can make more money because they're timed. So you have a certain amount of time. Like if I bought an option for corn to go, you know, to move up, instead of making the 3% or something on the stock, I'll make like 100% because I only have the trade till May. So that's why I come here. And so, for example, $97, I can have one contract or one unit. And then if I buy it today and it goes up to 21, I'll make $159 in pure profit because I only have it till May 15th. Stocks don't have a um, an expiration. You can, if you never sell your stock, your kids or will inherit it or it'll be passed down. But these have definite time limits options, and because of the time limit, you're buying it for a certain amount. This is $97 for one of them. You could buy as many contracts as you want, or units, whatever. It contract is just a unit, and if you can check yourself, that's why I keep going here to check how much money you could make. And so you would make $156 if corn gets to 21. That's 21 is all the way up here. And I can sell that whenever I want. I can take profit whenever I want. It's a short-term play. About about the US-Iran war, how would the different outcomes play out for Katos? Like, as it's a defensive stock, wouldn't the war? Yeah, the problem is when the whole market's moving down, it doesn't matter. It's like a tidal wave. So a lot of the industrial stocks, which military stocks are industrials, it won't matter. So maybe in the short term it's going to go down, but long term it'll go up. But the problem is Katos has gone up so much that, you know, it's now looking to come down. The thing is, you look at last year, we were at 23 and then it got all the way up to 130. So, you know, it's all relative, right? It's all right. A lot of these stocks are priced in. Can you see BE being a good options play? Yeah, I do. I I think if you bought a call here, so I have a on Trader Daddy Pro, there's a tool I use called Liquidity Map, and you can type in and you can actually see it'll score it. So it's actually a 50 out of 100, which isn't the best to play options on, but it's showing you the best options to one to play, which is going to be the these are expensive. Tw $2,400 for one of these for May. You could do for this week 300. Yeah, these are really expensive for Bloom Energy. Like if you get a regular April 17, a $150 call is going to be $1,200 just for one of them. And then I guess if it goes up like 10%, you would make $822, which isn't that great of a return. So I don't know. Yeah, 615 PE ratio is kind of interesting. HP? What type of HP? HPE or HPQ? Or just, oh, this one. This one? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could do a short-term BE though. You could do like, maybe one for, you know what? I don't know if it'll have any liquidity April 2nd, but you could do an April 17. And you could do go out to maybe 170. These are $600. And if it goes up 10%, you'll make 600, so that's 100%. Let me show you guys something. If you do USO, right, and you do an October put, right, I think oil is coming back up to this area. But if once this pulls back down again, This is gonna be easy for like October. USO put for October for oil. I'm saying October. So you could do like an 80 put. It's only $365. And if it goes down 30%, that's $850 in pure profit off off of 365. So you get your 365 back plus an additional 800 in profit for something you already know is going to happen. It's so high probability. Bought shares at 74 December. Okay. HPQ. It's like when people tell me like, look at GE, and I'm like, what GE? There's two GEs now. HPQ. Yeah, so again, if we get above this 50 moving average, it'll look a lot better. It's a nice little support area, you know. But it's about it, right? Also, just to let you guys know again, I'm going to be speaking in New York, April 2nd, in Midtown for free admission, whoever wants to come. I'll be speaking live in New York and also in Florida, May 9th, and May 7th too. So if any of you want to come see me personally, you can always come to one of my events. I always keep the in-person ones free for anyone who wants to come. But my premium group that I have every day, that's only $80 a month, and I do like 3 Zooms a day with everyone. And so if you can't make one of them, which obviously nobody makes all of them, I send you the notes afterwards of everything that I went over. Um, and it breaks everything down of what the most important things that I said. But at night, I do a Zoom at night, and I go through everything that we should be looking at for the next day. But I really the whole thing is teaching people how to read charts and how to do options trading, and it's really not that hard. It's not as hard as it looks. It's actually incredibly easy because there's only so many things that you can do after a while. I've been down every rabbit hole. After a while, you just go for the most high probability plays. Like I've just been really focused on oil plays because that's the highest probability right now. You know, come to Texas. Uh, I'll consider it, but yeah, you could see ExxonMobil's now breaking out here. Chevron is also breaking out here. Just like I said in January, like the chances of oil companies going sideways or down was so small. Of course, they were going to get more work, more contracts, more money. These oil companies have to rebuild Venezuela. They have to rebuild Iran at some point in the future, you know? So their valuation is just going to keep going up. I've been saying it like every day. Um, why does everybody keep telling me to look at Tempest? Am I missing something here? I would only buy Tempest if it goes down to 38. Like, I don't understand what I'm missing here about Tempest. I look at this every day and I'm not excited about it for any reason to play up or down. Um, Robinhood, I think, is a good long-term buy right here. That was my prediction. Like, if you look at this, you'll see, we went sky high, back down to this level, which is the area of buying pressure at 68 of institutional buying. And then we're probably going to go up or we're going to go sideways and then slowly back up. But this level that we're at right now is a good level. It's actually a good level to buy long term because you could put a stop loss right under it. So the risk reward could be unbelievably good. So I like it. NGONOG. I don't know what that is. I mean, This is good too, right? This is above the 20 moving average. I think we looked at this last time, right? It looks familiar. Here's your breakout above the moving averages here. This looks good too. Does have a dividend or something? It's a very small company though. Would you play SCO to short oil? No, yes. Yeah, I keep scaling into it whenever oil gets really, really high and SCO goes below 750, I buy more shares. Because eventually this is going to come back up, right? So, you know, this eventually will come back up. Also, SVIX too. The SVIX will come back. The opposite of the VIX will come back. Every time it's at this area, it'll come back up again. Last year, we played this from SVIX after the tariff push from here all the way back up to the 200. So that was a 100% play, 10 to 20. Because the markets were going to correct itself. The VIX can't just keep going up into outer space. All right. Anything else that you guys want to look at? Why did Hood go down? Because it went up so fast, and financials are really hurting right now. But over the long term, Hood is a good long term play. Anything else? Because I have to get to my beginners group soon. So any other ones? Last call. All right. If you have any questions, guys, you can always reach out and message me directly. I get back to everyone that messages me. Um, and I try to help as many people as possible. I've been a financial advisor since 2012. Um, and I've been teaching this for over 11 years. So, you know, I've been a college professor in economics. Um, so there's really not a whole lot I haven't seen. And I like to explain this to people because their success becomes my success. Um, yeah, you guys are welcome. This halftime show is for you guys just as much as it is for me. I like Visa here, more than anything because it's a safe stock. You're getting it at the best level and it has a dividend. So there you go. Also, ET is a 7% dividend energy transfer. So Visa and ET are really good. I'm going to do a video later of my favorite dividend stocks because I keep getting that question. If there's any other questions you have, again, you guys can always reach out to me. But have a good rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow, same time, between about 12 and 1 o'clock Eastern time. All right. So take care from New York. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.